What's happening, y'all? Today I want to talk about a pack mentality, right? And this is not like an official word, and I don't even know if they use it all everywhere. But I'll tell you this: when I was talking with other like CEOs and things like that, we would talk about how an inmates would have sometimes get like this pack mentality, right? So what I'm talking about when I say that is you could talk to a person, say they're your SSI, right? Now, this is real talk, right? Say they're your SSI and they work for you, and you're with this guy a lot. I mean, you know this guy, you know his family, you know everything because they tell you everything, and you tell them shit about your life too. Sometimes you ain't supposed to, but I mean, at the end of the day, when you're just two men sitting alone in the fucking dark somewhere, and you're both just told to be there, y'all talk, what I mean? It happens. And, you just try to maintain and be aware of boundaries and things like that, though. You don't want to say anything that's going to jeopardize your job or put your family at risk or whatever, because, like, things can be a manipulation. But anyway, the pack mentality is like you're back there and you're shooting the shit with somebody, and this guy's just friendly. He's telling you about his wife and his kids and everything, and you know what I mean. And you're okay, and then they get off work and then they go back to their pod. And let's say like the next day, maybe if you're in population, you're assigned to the pod, and you see the same guy and he's your SSI. But there's kind of like this unspoken thing where you're not just going to be like, I never would be like, hey, what's going on? Or try to chop it up like that. I keep it just about business. You know what I mean? But he gets around his like buddies or the people in his gang, and he starts just running his mouth, like just talking cash shit to you. Like maybe because he feels comfortable, maybe because he's jockeying for a position in his gang. A lot of things people do is just to get respect, man. To see, well, oh, this guy talk crazy to that boss, and that boss, he's known for being, like whatever, but it's a pack mentality, man, and it's crazy, but. There's actually where you got to almost, literally pull them over and be like, what the hell is the problem? You know what I mean? And you have to go from being a cordial individual to being like, if you don't stop, there's going to be consequences. Like I'm telling you right now, if you don't stop, there's going to be consequences. And I mean, because it's a form of disrespect. And convicts don't want to be disrespected. Bosses don't want to be disrespected. It's the ultimate push for respect in that place. And disrespect always comes with dire consequences on either side. You know what I mean? So like you gonna respect your rank. It's just, I cannot tell you about how important respect is out there. The problem is whenever they start taking that respect thing and it bleeds over into the streets where you stepped on my shoe, that's disrespect, and now I'll shoot you. Like, that's dumb. You know what I mean? That's not the kind of respect I'm talking about in there. You're damn sure it's just an excuse me, I appreciate it, just shit like that. And then unless you've been there, it's like, it's very hard to describe. It's being cordial to one another, but not being weak about it neither. You know what I mean? But that's what I call a pack mentality. That's what other office where I was would call it as a pack mentality, where, you have one person when they're by themselves, they're completely different. And then you get them when they get around their gang or other people, they start acting like they're just the hard ass or some shit, and then you got to remind them like, nah, and don't forget you work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's a hell of a lot of mopping to do. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always, you get out the game what you give. If you give respect, you get respect. You know what I'm saying? If you give shit, you get shit. And that's just the natural order of the world in the prison. I'll holler at y'all.